I have a message for you today, and that message is to let you know your spirit and your energy, it resonates at a vibration of love and compassion. And that's a lot to say because a lot of people fake it. They fake it until they try to make it. They try to project a mask that they care about other people when really they're very clouded by their own selfish narrative that they have going on. So what I'm saying about you is that you're very attuned to other people, right? There's this empathy and compassion that is part of who you are. Because you are this way, there's this real softness to you that I think you attract a lot of people, men and women. And a lot of this is because you kind of like give off this energy where people feel like they can open up to you. They feel like, they feel like you give a very comforting space, a space that almost feels non-judgmental, and so people can open up to you. They feel comfortable around you. I feel as if there's been relationships where they kind of like went left and you don't know why, or relationships that just end up becoming a stalemate, or like hitting a hard wall, hitting a brick wall, and you're not really understanding why. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that the way that you are, a lot of people who aren't healed and a lot of people who are trying to hide things, they can't be around somebody like you. I feel like you're the kind of person that when you are in a relationship with someone, any relationship with people, I think that when you take in somebody and you allow them to be close to you and have access to you, you are very open with that person. You are very vulnerable with them. And a lot of people are not ready to meet you where you're at. A lot of people have a hard time dealing with things emotional, okay? Because that is where all of our spiritual warfare lies. It's in the stronghold of our thoughts, right? I feel as if you're someone who you don't really stand your emotions long because you truly want to move with an energy of love. And a lot of people struggle with that. And so because they struggle with that kind of emotional vulnerability, they will choose to be silent. They will choose to do all of these other things instead of really being present and showing up for you how you deserve. And I want you to know that that's not because you lack anything. That's not because there's something wrong with you or that you're not equipped for a relationship. It's actually the quite opposite, right? There's nothing wrong with you. Part of the solution is having better discernment for you, for yourself, so that you're always protecting yourself. This is a way for you to heal some of your childhood wounds. Really learning how to be your own mother and your own father and loving on that internal child. Moving forward, discernment matters more than devotion, because love without discernment can feel like self-abandonment. And this doesn't mean that you need to shut off your feelings or become cold. It just means that you are learning how to slow down long enough to observe. I really want you to own the fact that you are a unicorn that deserves a certain kind of treatment. Okay? I want you to really understand this about yourself, that you are special, okay? That you are not just anyone. You are here for a very unique purpose. And your purpose is to be you. Your purpose is not to try to condense yourself down to fit into someone else's mold. Your purpose is not to love on people so much that you forget to love yourself. This is about you living up to your potential, your spiritual potential. What you have to offer this world is desperately needed. Humanity needs more people who carry the sacred energy of love and compassion, the kind of love that's connected with source energy, the kind of love that carries regardless of what's happening in our tangible reality. This love that you carry, this is the reason for you being here on earth at this time. You carry the potential to inspire, support, and heal those around you. And understand it doesn't require you to do anything except for you to live in your authenticity, to stay completely true to who you are and protecting that sacredness and loving on yourself more than anyone else on this earth, because you cannot begin to heal yourself and then allow that healing to radiate onto others if you're not giving yourself the necessary attention. Because I want you to understand that your softness is not a problem. Your eagerness to love is not a problem. The problem comes in when you allow access to people that haven't demonstrated that they deserve it, offering permanent access to people who haven't demonstrated the emotional structure to protect what you're offering them. I feel as if these people, they actually have a lot of respect for you. I feel as most people who interact with you, they end up having a certain level of respect for you because you're very articulate. There's you know how to speak confidently, okay? And this is very attractive to people. But there is something about your voice. There's something about you being in communication with yourself. There's something about the communication that takes place within inside of you and needing to really be more activated to the voices within yourself, because you are a layered being. Because you are not just a single identity. You are a field of consciousness with multiple layers of intelligence. And so there is this constant communication happening simultaneously within you. You know, your subconsciousness is speaking, and your ego is speaking, your emotions are speaking. All of these things are communicating with you. Okay? And there's something about yourself wanting you to pay more attention to you, right? It's really about you listening to your own voice, because it is trying to communicate sacred messages to you. There is something about you creating a sacred practice, a sacred ritual that will help you be more in tune and be more receptive to the voices that are communicating with you, the voices of you, because there are voices inside of you, and that does not make you crazy. Okay, everyone has voices that is communicating within their head, because human beings are a layered species. We are layers within our subconsciousness, and all of these layers have a voice, and they do come in vibration. We feel it in our body. But when we sit with that feeling, we interpret it through words and through voice internally. Okay. And there's something about you really creating a sacred space, a sacred ritual, a sacred routine that will help you to get in touch and understand the communication that's happening internally. Okay, so everything's communication. Your emotions are communication. Any feeling that you have, that is internal communication. Okay, speaking to you about one thing or another, and it's up to you to decipher what that is. You have to sit with those feelings in order to gain the meaning.